I am Master Kambai. Welcome to this new replay commentary. Today we covered three replays. The first one, Drake versus Jess, Tier 4 Classic, hell yeah. This was Global League 3 years ago, roughly. So let's go over both profile of both fighters. Halo Lewin. He is 1030. Interesting. 26 wins, 13 defeats, impressive feats. Andy, Eagle, Drake, Hawk, Sonya. A big team, a big lineup. Outside of Hawk, I respect anyone that's in that top 5. Come by, Shola Bases, one of my alts. 927.28 for 348 wins, 345 defeats. Eagle, Drake, Jess, Javier, and Andy. Green 13th. Let's do this. This is a map I enjoy. Hopefully we will also have a great fight to commentate and criticize and describe for the blind. We just capture building as usual. Nothing special, nothing groundbreaking. Very interesting. Now we got Yellow Comet, player 1 that decides to go backward to capture a backward building over extending to the front line and taking some lead per se. I think it's a bad idea to start like that. I think it's much better if you expand, if you go further and faster. You can always cap that building in the back. I know it's extra money and all, but it's not contested. If you go further in the front lines, you can try to catch these more contested buildings. That's more the idea I have in mind. But this guy is higher ranked, so maybe that's a sign that I might be wrong. I don't know, we will see. Recon and Infantry, very aggressive and aggro opening, if that's the right word. Scouting the tower, building a tank and an infantry. So I'm assuming he was able to do such feat because he went for the building in the back first. So maybe that was actually a very good play to just grab that building in the back. Tank, Recon, Infantry. At that point, I still don't know about that Recon. I tried to get the Cub Tower. My tank is really scared to go on the front line. That's interesting. That Recon right here is really greedy. It died because of greed. So far, so good. Just blowing up tanks, leaving no survivors alive. I like to repeat myself like a broken record. It's just very fun, you know? Interesting how he bought that anti-air. That was very clever. Even a Jess player can have very powerful copters. And that was a really, really bad idea. We cannot always succeed. We cannot always be A plus and amazing and all. Let's make some mistakes sometimes. Blow up the tank because it's very aggressive. The comeback was quite good. A recon and a tank died this turn. I bought a medium tank because I realized on that front where the tower is at, I am behind my opponents. Got trapped. I did shift to my side with the HQ because I realized there's a lot of value I can just destroy if I'm clever enough. That counterattack is quite good, but the artillery still remaining on that front line is quite risky because now I can just counterattack really hard. It still got good value. And I resigned way too soon. I don't know why. Maybe I thought he had more stuff on the other side, but he had nothing and everything was here. So I was actually in a decent spot there. Sometimes I do resign really quick and fast. That's the perfect example of that happening here. That was a very underwhelming game. Now my prediction for the future, I think he would have won because that player is simply better than me. And that's it for this first replay. So the idea of that ult is basically being Max, or I should say Orange Star COs. So let's take a look to build profile. This game took place 2 years ago. That's more recent. So yeah, Orange Forever is my ult. 868.2. 112 wins, 112 defeats. Sammy Andy, Jake Rachel Max, and the other COs, the other 3 were all flukes by mistake. It happens, right? We have previously seen that guy or girl individual that is a casual Sturm enjoyer. Barbie Ready. 700 for 121 wins, 139 defeats. Andy, Jess, Sturm, Max, Olaf. This will be a very spicy battle, I can tell already. Max versus Sturm, a bit unfair, but it's a quite small map, so maybe I will be impressive and beat him. Let's see. Let's see if anything is quite special with this replay. Just tank shooting at pipe. The usual thing. Let's cap the base because this is what we do here. A mech, very interesting. That's actually trash. Don't do that. Well, I'm Max, so maybe I was like my artery will be shit. But even there, I feel like it doesn't justify it because mech are also shit. And I should have went with 2 mechs in a row because now I can simply counter-attack like that and I suck. Big brain, broken recon here. This is why, folks, we should ban Sturm. I hate Sturm. Sturm is ridiculous. Sturm shouldn't exist. That infantry blocking the pipe is interesting, but it will take a shot, and it's unfortunate for that guy. Tank and double infantry. We both went for the same shitty mech spam shit. Entire recon infantry. This is great, but because it's term and it's actually clever, it will work. What am I saying? I just realized that building is actually is. I didn't play this map in forever, and that's a good thing. Controlling the center the way it does gives a very good advantage. That Recon was lucky to survive. Joining cap like that is shit. Don't do that. 3 infantry, 1 battlecopter. I guess I wanted that 3 tank really hard. That wasn't a great max force. I don't know why I did it. 1 extra HP on that artillery in the forest, that's really bad. You can already see some kind of uphill battle where he controls the center, he has a better seal, and I keep doing stupid shit. At least now my revenge per se is really, really good. 2 medium tank, I don't know, it's trash, don't do that. I'm Max. I want several minion to do the deed. But he also bought two medium tanks, so I feel like we are like in the same realm of we think the same thing. Even if it's stupid, it works. And I resigned. I was tired. I ate Sturm. That was another very short and underwhelming battle. Wow, today I don't know what's going on with these replays. Bottom line, don't use tier 2 CO against tier 1. Hi there, this is the final replay for this video, Andy versus Rachel. I hope all of you will enjoy. This game took place most likely 2 years ago. Firestone versus Orange Forever, one of my alts. Um, so we got Orange Forever, I'm Salty, 868.2 for 112 wins, 112 defeats. Sammy, Andy, Jake, Rachel, Max. I ain't Max, but I play Max because he's Orange Star, and that's the team of that alt. My opponent is Rachel, and this is their card. Firestone. 866.46, 176 wins, 207 defeats. 96 Rachel, Jess, Sammy, Sasha, Kindle. I like that top 5. It's a very respectable top 5. Let's dive deep into the replay. Now I gotta tell you this. This is probably the worst matchup Rachel has in tier 3. Because Indy can recover some of the damage dealt by the missile. You need to be very effective at ending units' lives and such to be very good with covering fire. If you don't destroy the units, they will strike back. And you will have wasted your super. Capping building as usual. I bought my artillery first because well, actually, she bought her artillery first. Sorry about that. And I bought the artillery second. Capping building tank, infantry, war trying to base skip. Now, I've seen that strategy unfold a lot. It's really bad, don't do that. Let's see how it goes from now on. Capping building. I don't know how many times I said that. Tank and double infantry. Anti-air and infantry and another war trying to base skip again. Don't do that, folks. It's a huge mistake. Anti-air double infantry. Capping the building. Trying to stop me from capping something that should be mine. Huge mistake. And another mistake, I joined cap. Why? It's bad, don't do that. Not that much is happening. Tank, anti-air, base skip again. It's 3 war crime in a row. Hopefully I will win and crush him because it's really bad to base skip that much. I have a 3 unit lead and I didn't really delete that many units. And I joined like a stupid player. Recon damaged. The counter attack is quite strong. I did the right thing to hide that anti-air. Anti-air tank and infantry. 25 to 18. And again, the biggest factor is Base skipping. You can feel it a few turns later. Trying to get my building interesting. Let's blow up that unit and let's go heal on the HQ because this is the best defense one. And I just realized I didn't loot the other one. Wow. We are back after I finally looped it. Let's see how it goes. As you can see, things are going kinda good for me. I got a small lead over my opponent in terms of capping, in terms of unit count. A mech, another war crime, he collects the war crimes. Blow up the infantry, try to cap my building again. Didn't work the first time, it didn't work. And now another base skip, but at least this time around he bought an air unit, so it's not as bad as the previous base skip, but it's still a base skip. You still want ground units. They are like the bread and butter of your army. If you don't build enough, you will fall behind, and this is exactly what is going on right now. He lacks the infantry power to just try to pressure me and try to cap my building. That counterattack is quite good. And I mop the floor with many of my opponent's units. I tried really hard to place a lot of infantries at the same place so the covering fire hits somewhere. Try to go for my HQ because that's their only hope to actually win. It's 24 to 19, and I got a hyper upgrade. Any attempt at my HQ resulted into a defeat, or a failure, I should say. And you see, the cost of trying to stop me from capping my building was his own building. He was never able to capture a building I have since day one. Also tried to snatch that HQ. It's funny how it almost worked. It's just a disaster for him. He should have resigned there. There's no coming back. Another result of him base skipping so much, I can cap his building and there's nothing he can do. Maybe waste an artillery to delay the cap. That's the best thing he can do. When you need your units that are meant to damage bigger units, when you need them to actually interrupt cap, you did something wrong. Usually infantry are meant to be the ones that interrupt caps. And this is over. I think the biggest mistake was wasting so many infantries and not building ground units every turn. And yeah, that's it for tonight's video. Do all of the YouTube stuff. See you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and take care, folks. Take care.